for you.
Reverse?
He's a lob threat still at 8:40.
Gotta be the first 40-year-old to catch a reverse alley.
Later in the first, Doncic with some fakes hits the three over Clay.
That is just not nice. Klay Thompson's 30.
Oh,
Don't do him like that.
there you go.
Hit him on the
Ain't
back.
Megan there, too?
Hit him on the backside. There we go. AD driving down the lane for the slam. Later in the second, Davis. The putback on the offensive rebound. He finished with 12 points in this one.
He looked really good, but just didn't play a lot of minutes.
Here's Austin Reeves getting into the act.
I mean,
Wow.
come on. He's being rude to Klay, too.
That might have been a hook.
Under 5 to play. Lakers up 6. Gabe Vincent tosses inside to Ayton for the finish.
And the Lakers going to fool around, have 3 All-Stars in the Clippers arena.
Ayton finished with 17. Lakers get that win. Then on Sunday, the Lakers are back home against the Pels. No LeBron. Luka will start this off.
Nice hat.
Little mid-range contested jumper.
The Pelicans are, it's hard. It's hard to watch these guys. I'm not going to lie.
It's not hard to watch Luka hit that three. Having some fun with DeAndre Jordan on the bench after that one. In the second, Austin Reeves from the logo.
Come on.
That's when you know the confidence is flowing. Let's pull up from the logo.
Later in the quarter, Reeves gets inside, goes high off the window. Reeves finished with 33 in this one.
Some
The
English
second
on that.
round pick, huh?
And then in the third, Luka hits a step back and one. Doncic finished with 34 points, 12 boards, 7 assists as the Lakers get another win. Luka and Austin Reeves have been on a tear. They're just the second starting backcourt since starters were first tracked back in 1970-71 to score 30-plus points in 3 straight games, along with, get this, Gail Goodrich and Cherry West back in 1972. So, Tim, the Lakers have now won 7 straight. What's been the key here for that?
I mean, Austin Reeves is playing at an all-NBA level, and it's not just right now. Like, they got to get him signed, and, hey, that might be a Supermax conversation the way that he's rolling, but Luka has a long-term co-star in place. This is a duo that they can build around for years to come, and we saw Luka and Kyrie, how that clicked. They went to the finals. He's got that same kind of chemistry with this guy, Austin Reeves, who is absolutely a bona fide star.
Mark, what about DeAndre Ayton's contributions thus far?
You know, at the beginning of the season, I was in this bus by myself.
You still are to me. I'm still not there yet. I'm not riding with you just
Hey,
yet.
man, 16 points a game. He's second in NBA in field goal percentage at 71. 8.6 rebounds, dropped 22 and 12 on New Orleans and 4 blocks. He's been great for this team. He's back in a winning situation. I think LeBron and the Lucas and being in LA, and, you know, Ramona will mention the contract. Sure, that's motivation, but he's playing great basketball for a team that he has to play great basketball for.
There was a real debate amongst the Lakers in their front office this summer of Brook Lopez or DeAndre Ayton. And for a while, it was going to be Brook Lopez because DeAndre Ayton wasn't available yet. There's a late buyout that he did in Portland, and then there was a spirited debate. But they were the clubhouse leaders for Brook Lopez. He didn't like the instability that was going on with LeBron James. He wasn't quite sure on his role. And then the Lakers pivoted onto DeAndre Ayton when Brook Lopez signed with the Clippers. Think about how different this team would be without DeAndre Ayton, without that lob threat. And Brook Lopez obviously hadn't had that great of a year for the Clippers. No one has for the Clippers. They're 5-15. But, you know, I think he is he's done a lot more than I would have thought at the beginning of the year. You're right. You were in the bus alone. And I think he has looked around and going, wow, if I just catch lobs from Luka Doncic, he's back in a winning situation. He can really thrive in this spot. I will say, they're 11-1 against teams with under 500 records. So this winning streak, they get credit for that, but they are
schedule is what it is, but it has not been the tougher part of their schedule just yet. We'll see that in the second half of the season. So we'll see. But speaking of the Lakers, let's welcome in senior reporter who covers the Lakers for us, Dave McMenamin. So Dave, LeBron missed last night's game against the Pels with a left foot injury, management they'll call it. What is the status for tonight's game as they host the Suns?
Yeah, George, we'll get the official status at 1 p.m. Pacific, but all indications out of last night is that LeBron will be available tonight to play against the Phoenix Suns, and this is the start of a tougher stretch for the Lakers. 5 straight opponents with an above 500 record, and so having LeBron in the mix will be important. I talked to J.J. Redick last night about the back-to-back scenario and why LeBron wasn't available. Would this be the status going forward, that with the 10 remaining back-to-backs after Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, would this also be the case? And JJ said no. Both the coaching staff and LeBron have hope that LeBron will be able to be available in back-to-backs moving forward. Just they need to ramp him up there because they look at the last week or so basically as LeBron's training camp because he missed all of the real training camp and the first 14 games with sciatica injury. In the meantime, you have Luka and Austin Reeves just dominating offensively. And I talked to Austin after the game, and I was looking at his game log as the game was going on because the Lakers were up by like 25 most of the night against the Pelicans. And I was like, you haven't had a bad game all year. And he said, you know what, I'm not, it wasn't false modesty, but he's like, I really think I've only had about 5 good games. So if thus far is only Austin Reeves only having 5 good games, if he starts putting together good games by his judgment, he could get to another level as the season goes on.
Well, it's funny, Dave. I did the game against Minnesota where he hit the game winner, and I asked him, and he said, well, I did miss 14 shots. So to your point, he's certainly keeping score on how efficient he is out there. Dave, thanks for the time as always, man. Appreciate it.
Is that this is Tyrese Maxey's team. And over the summer, it started to turn that page because people just frankly didn't know when Paul George and Joel Embiid would be able to play and when they did play, what they would be able to give them. And so the Sixers had to pivot. And it turns out Tyrese Maxey is really good, and he is the franchise now. And if Joel Embiid and Paul George can see this as an opportunity for them to manage their minutes, for them to manage the load on their bodies, for them to be healthy in the playoffs when they want to be healthy, and not necessarily a challenge to overcome the reframing of this in their minds. Paul George is a max player. Joel Embiid, max player. He was the franchise. He's still there, and he's still really good, but he has to see this as an opportunity and not a challenge to work through.
And I think it's pretty clear that Paul George has gotten there. You heard him yesterday basically say, hey, when I'm out there, I'm playing for Maxey. He's our guy. He said, he's inspired by him. Philly was never Paul George's city. It was never his franchise. Right. Joel Embiid is the one who, a recent MVP, and everything in Philly has revolved around him for years. That's no longer the case. This is Tyrese Maxey's team, and Joel Embiid, max contract MVP and all that, is now a complimentary player.
Can we put some respect on the Hawks' name? I mean, we talking about the Sixers. Why aren't we talking about the winners?
Well, because we're talking about egos. That's the thing.
Okay,
that's what we're talking about. But you are absolutely right. We should be talking about the Hawks. Jalen Johnson, he's the guy. We won't talk about guys on a team. He's the guy.
The MVP of the Eastern Conference right now.
Wow.
Wow. Giannis might have something to say there.
Kate Cunningham would like a word.
I would agree.
There's no Trae Young, and he's the only person in the Eastern Conference and only second person in the league next to Joker to average over 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists right now. Nas, you mentioned, is averaging a career-high 20.1. This team is playing fast. They got ball movement. Their 13 wins this month, or in November, was the most in 11 seasons. And also they had 13 wins through 21 games, and 10 wins in November is the most in 11 years as well. So, hey, man, they're balling without Trae, and curious to see what happens once Trae comes back.
We all made this mistake, okay? We all said, the East is going to stink. Who cares? Whatever. It's all about the West. The East is good. Can we at least agree on that?
The top of the West is much stronger. The East is much deeper. And there are teams in the West we thought were going to be good. Clippers, Grizzlies, Mavericks.
So some
that
respect
aren't.
on Jalen Johnson's name now.
No, he is an ascending star, ascending superstar.
No doubt.
No question.
All right, since we're here in LA, let's talk about the Western Conference. Let's check it on the Lakers weekend that started Friday night, hosting a familiar face across the street. Lakers